Hello everyone and welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have Rocket Man Ryan Newman and his number 6, almost said Castrol. Castrol, again, number 6 Ford Mustang for 2020. This is the second release we've gotten, but this was the first one that came out. Now, I do have the second release, which is the Myers. That is coming in the mail shortly, so look out for a review on that. And in around 3 to 4 months, his Daytona 500 scheme, I believe it's pronounced Cook. I could be wrong on that, but that scheme is coming out in the Gold Series as well, as far as I know. And I definitely plan to get on that. That's going to be good for the Daytona 500 for my stop motion season, for season 4. So that should be really awesome. And I might get to. Now you can probably already understand why, if you know who I am. Here's the reason why I even thought about doing that. As you know, a while ago, I made the Eric Almirola Kansas crash, I believe it was Kansas. Then he ended up, it either broke his back or sprung his back, one of the two, and it was taken out of the races for a little bit. So, I did that, not like, oh, I can make content out of this and get views. No, I did that for learning how to make customs, like custom crashes, and, why did I say that weird? Custom crashes, and for just experience, and to capture history. Now, I hit my thing. One day, I plan to have a shelf of all the customs I made of the really bad crashes that kind of shows how NASCAR has improved over the years. One I will never, ever make is Dale Earnhardt Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s crash that ended up ending his life. I will never, ever make that because even though it was a very, very important thing for the history of NASCAR, not only losing Dale Earnhardt, which is really sad and very, very unfortunate, and changing the way these race cars were built later on, he passed away. I'm not going to make a race version or a crash custom that someone passed away in. Now, when Ryan Newman had that terrible Daytona 500 crash for 2020, I had my heart set on not making a custom. Because I'm especially when that happened, because I knew people were going to ask me to make it, and I did. I had requests, I had DMs hey, you should make this, that would be awesome. I'm yeah, but we do not know the situation right now. I'm not doing that. It was a heartbreaking day, even though he turned out to be fine. But trust me, me and my girlfriend were we were looking every day on Twitter, Instagram, looking at the NASCAR pages for everything about if he was okay. Every morning, I woke up, checked my phone, see if there's any updates. I swear, I did that. So now that he's okay, and he's fine, no long-term life-threatening injury, he's back racing, I believe it is okay to do a custom, not for, oh, would you look at this? It's more like a history thing. Like I do with the championship diecast, that's history. Those are the past champions, that's why I collect those. I don't do that because I think it looks good, I do that because it's history. Now, being a huge NASCAR fan, it's I loved the history of NASCAR. I watched so many videos recently about who Dale Earnhardt really was, because I never really knew his accomplishments other than 7 championships and a Daytona 500. But I looked back on that, I looked back on NASCAR, I looked back on everything, and I love history in general. To going back to see how things were, to how they are now, the evolution of these race cars, the evolution of how they were built. So, I'm planning to have a shelf of history-changing crashes, or just certain moments in NASCAR to where it was oh my goodness, I'm glad he's okay. The only one I really have that kind of falls into that category would be Austin Dillon's crash from Daytona. Of course, he was okay, but you had that. I want to do the Carl Edwards one, where he flipped into the catch fence from 2008? 2009? I think it was 2009. I don't know. But it was at the finish line, that whole huge thing with Brad Keselowski and Edwards. I thought about doing that as well. I probably won't ever get my hands on a diecast or even be able to make a custom, because I don't know if that paint scheme was even released. But I want your opinion. After you have heard me vocalize why I want to make a custom, please tell me in the comments below if you think that is okay. If you want me to do that. Again, that's not for views like, oh, look at this, I made the Crash custom where Ron Newman literally almost died. No, it's history, and that's why I did that. Again, back to the championship diecast. I know that a lot of people don't like that, but that's why I do that, is for the history. Now, done with all that, because I know I rambled on. I really didn't mean to, but I really felt like I should explain. And when I get back to the custom, like months on from now, I'll probably explain the same thing. But now that you know, tell me in the comments below if I should make that or not. So, anyway, speaking of Ryan Newman, let's finally get this diecast review underway. And for some reason this box is damaged, but I mean, you know, that's alright. Whatever. It is what it is. Now, let's finally get into the diecast review. Again, I apologize for kind of going on a little, not really a rant, but a kind of more of an explanation thing there. So, here's the diecast out of the box, and I do want to say one thing before I get into the actual review. There's a dog barking in the background. It's not my dog, but it sounds like it's a few houses down, but it's still barking louder than ever, and very, very constantly. So if you hear that softly in the background, I do apologize. Hopefully my voice will kind of drown that out. But anyway, here's the diecast. Looks absolutely incredible. I love like that golf green type look, or pool table green. Really cool. I do like that. I mean, there's a little issue here with the decal going over the window banner, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. I can kind of fix that. I don't want to, just in case I were to chip it off, but I'd rather have a little extra than a paint chip or something. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the hood. So, the hood right here, we got Castrol. Really cool. I like these little, like, kind of like scallop things. It reminds me of Penske on, like, the hood here. That's kind of unique. I kind of like that. Castrol, I don't think we've seen Castrol, or at least in a long time, on a NASCAR diecast, so that is pretty cool. You got the window banner right here. Of course, you got that little decal overlap there. Got the number 6. Gives me Mark Martin vibes. Not really Newman, but Mark Martin. Got Castrol. That doesn't really look centered, but I think... No, it looks like it should be over here just a wee bit more. Got Newman right there on the back. Castrol right there on the deck lid. Right here on the back, we got a black bottom piece here. I kind of like that kind of half and half. Ford, Castrol, got the 6 there. Got the Mustang taillights. We got this little design that kind of like barely folds over on each side. I kind of like that. It's a little detail, but, you know, pretty interesting. I got Castrol. I don't know if that's supposed to be crooked. No, I think that one's just a little off, unfortunately. Got Castrol. Got this weird little, like, zigzag design. I kind of like that, honestly. And this blue... Why do I keep saying blue? Orange and white. I'm not colorblind, I promise you. This orange and white kind of, like, mixing in right here with the little sharp edges. I really like that. Especially right here. It kind of looks like a mountain. Reminds me of the Mountain Dew, like, from Dale Jr. when it had, like, the mountains on the sides of the car. That was really cool. I like that. So you got another little white streak here. That's pretty awesome. I really like this side design. I don't know why. But this may be in the Authentics, yeah, the Authentics line too. I almost said Authentic series. The Authentics line too, we don't know. Mac Tools, I don't know what that one is. Whatever that one is in Champions, maybe? B-Post, what's on there? Ford, Castrol, Coca-Cola, and let's see if we can zoom in on that. Not wanting to focus. That's alright, whatever, it is what it is. Of course, you got Ryan Newman there, and the American flag. Got the Cup Series logo right there on the side. I got a Goodyear, which doesn't really match the background, but I mean, you know, that's pretty typical. I got some contingencies down here that's a little cut off, which is K&N, 3M, and Sunoco. Is like that on the other side? Probably. Yep, it sure is. Got Roush Fenway Racing. Roush Fenway Racing. Roush Fenway Racing. There you go. Got Mustang right here on the front nose. Almost said hood for whatever reason. And of course, you got the little 6 there. This front pattern is not really bad either. It's kind of mean looking. I really like that. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, really, really awesome paint scheme. I feel like you should pick it up. Oh goodness, I feel like you should pick it up. Really cool paint scheme, especially for Ryan Newman. We don't really get a lot of Newman releases. I give this one like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. I do recommend you picking this one up if you're a Newman fan, if you're a Roush fan. I mean, I don't know if you're a Ford fan. Like, this is definitely a paint scheme to get. You can also see this on track for Season 4 of the Stop Motion Series, which is the Little Wrangler Cup Series. We got Diecast Buffet, doing the commentary for this season. Hopefully we can kind of grab him for next season, because that would be very, very cool. Now, with that being said, that's going to be it for this Diecast review. So, thank you all so much for, what in the world? Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. I am all over the place tonight. Upside down.